Hey everyone, Lance here and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to take a few minutes to talk about lighting and why it's important. Lighting is important for many reasons. Not only does it relieve strain on our eyes, helping with fatigue and stamina, allowing us to go for longer painting sessions, but good lighting can also more accurately depict the colours that you're putting down onto a miniature and help you do stuff like mix paints, see issues, so on and so forth. Also, if you're streaming utilizing a camera, then the more light that gets into the lens allows for wider possibilities when it comes to settings to better represent what it is you're doing. I haven't gone out and purchased loads of different lights to try and pit them against each other. What I'm doing today is I'm looking at my own lighting setup and seeing whether or not there's anything that I can squeeze out of it to just make it that little bit better. Luckily, in the past, I've done some photography, and with working in the games industry, working at my desk for over 12 hours at a time sometimes, I wanted a good lighting setup here. And in the past, I've invested quite a lot of money in a few different lights to try and accommodate this. So prior to this video, what I was using was a panel light by Neewer. This only cost around about £50 from Amazon, and was a great purchase. It worked for months, and then after that I wanted to upgrade. This was about the time Elgato came onto the scene and started making some of their key lights, which have a very, very diffuse surface, allowing for light to cast quite softly over surfaces. You may be familiar with Elgato because they make a lot of streaming products. A lot of your favourite streamers probably use them as key lights like I do here. There you go. Which temperature can run the gamut all the way from 2900 to 7000 K. So you can place it at an ideal spot which is right for you. Luckily, I had one of these lying around spare, so I wanted to go ahead and do a quick test and see whether or not it was going to be any better for painting my models. So let's have a look. The Neewer NL480S is a 6x8" panel which comes with a diffuser card plus some gels, which are essentially colour filters. It also comes with a set of barn doors. It's got 480 LEDs split to 240 white and 240 yellow, which allows it to go from a colour range of 3200 to 5600K using a dial on its rear. It can be run off MPF series batteries as well as the mains adapter which it comes with. So this places it firmly in the realms of being used for key lights in photography and videos. It's pretty diffuse with a colour rating index of 96+, which translates to it being fairly colour accurate at specific temperatures. Its all metal body is pretty weighted and can be bolted onto tripods and C-stands. And with some Frankensteining of adapters, I had it on a microphone boom arm, one which wasn't really equipped for its weight. Its output was 3360 lux, which was more than good enough considering the distance I was using it at. All in all, it was and still is a great light. I'd argue it's better than a lot of lights people use or buy for the hobby thanks to its diffusion and its wide temperature range. With the right mounts, it can be a killer combo that's good for a range of things, not just what I was using it for here. The Elgato Key light is closer to £160 and about $160 US. It can't run off batteries. It's some sort of plastic composite construction with no barn doors, no gels or physical dials. However, it does come with a very good table clamp and has an easy to use app as long as you have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Some may question the diminishing returns when comparing it to a £56 Neewer light, but when comparing output converted to lux, the key light churns out around 2400 at 2 feet. It's a bit tough to compare the two as their unit measurements don't align in their specs. It's 2800 lumens though for those who want to know. On the table testing, they seem very similar in intensity when using them at the same temperature, which I have set around 5100K. The difference here, I feel, is the quality of the light. The 160 Osram LEDs, when compared with the built-in diffuser and the larger surface area, about 12 by 8 inches, results in a softer, more pleasing light that bathes more of the table. It uses a quarter thread mount, which has a range of applications in itself, but in this instance bolts onto the Elgato ball joint I use here. Ultimately, it provides what I feel to be a cleaner result, which despite having a lower CRI, 94 versus 96, feels more natural to work under and looks better on camera, which does make a lot of sense considering that's its main design purpose. Now for £160, 3 times the cost of the Neewer light, is it better? In terms of build quality and ecosystem, I'd probably argue yes, but in terms of results on the table, 3 times better? No, but that's always the premium you pay when paying for a quality product that is also branded. I think a question might need to be asked here about when comparing it to Neewer, the Serious Reader's lamp, or the Redgrass Games lamp. Well, on paper, in most cases when comparing for like products, the output is usually higher from the Elgato. In other specifications like CRI, it's a small touch lower. It does come with a nice easy usable app again, as long as you have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and a quality mount in the box, albeit it's not a boom arm, so its manoeuvrability is pretty limited. However, it is a lot cheaper than the likes of the Redgrass Serious Reader's lamp and some of the Neewer alternatives. And in that sense, you could then pay for a boom arm if you wanted that manoeuvrability. The rub is it can be found a lot cheaper on the likes of eBay or Facebook Marketplace, sometimes going for half the price it is brand new. And because it's a quality product, it probably stands up pretty well, and I wouldn't be too worried about the condition of it as long as you find a good one. It does also have a little brother, the Keylight Air, which is something we do have, and it's a great product. It comes with a sturdy table stand and is the size of the 480S we've been looking at in this video as well. And it is also priced in between the Keylight and the Neewer light. Ultimately, this has been a bit of an experiment on my part because it's stuff I already have. In real world testing, or when you actually get the measurement tools out, you know, this might not necessarily compare favourably, but what I can tell you is on the table compared to what I have, and reading some of the spec sheets of some of these other lights, the Keylight might be a solid alternative. It's one of those instances where looking outside of our hobby can potentially net you a better, and in some cases cheaper, result. And if you're feeling like you need a lighting upgrade and you're looking at the likes of hobby lamps costing in some cases £300 plus, it might be worth having a look at alternatives used for different hobbies or different professions like photography, gaming, streaming, so on and so forth, because you might find there's something that is just as good, if not better, for far, far less money. Like I say, that Neewer light is a solid light, and it cost me £56 a few years back. They have new versions of it online now for similar money, and it's a quality product, and I would recommend that to people as well, especially if you don't have hundreds and hundreds of pounds to spend on something super fancy. Anyway, that's my spiel on lighting for today. What did you think of the Keylight compared to the Neewer? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video useful in any way, shape or form, then give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you like 3D printing miniatures, then check out our Patreon in the description below. Sign up for free, get yourself loads of free miniatures, and if you want a tip, then any support is appreciated. Thanks in advance, and see you next time.